Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. I think this session is very challenging because usually after having and enjoying the lunch, and we will get a little bit sleepy. So enjoy your stay in this room and enjoy my presentations. My presentation's title is The Dynamics of Spatial Planning Regulations in Protecting Cultural Values with the case studies of Yogyakarta, the city where you are now on. Okay, let me start with give you a big picture about the population in the world today. So, United Nations estimates that in 2050, the population of the world will reach 9.7 billion people. It's almost doubled compared to the population in 1980. And this is the share of urban population worldwide. And again, United Nations estimates that almost 2/3 of the population in the world will be living in an urban area. And what happened with the all continent? So we can see here that this one is the 2/3 of the population will live in urban area. And if we look closer to each continent, Latin America will have 80% people living in urban area, and North America more than 80%, and in Asia is close to 50%. And where the urbanization happens, mostly it will happen in Asia and in Africa. India and China will be will have the highest urbanizations in Asia. And this is the picture about the urbanization in Southeast Asian country. Of course, the most urbanized area is in Singapore. It's almost 100% is urbanized. And Indonesia is almost 60%. Another country like Malaysia is almost 80%. And this urbanization has make the city in Asian countries facing with the problem caused by the infrastructure development in form of condominium buildings, office buildings, and also transportation infrastructure. This happened in Bangkok, where the buildings, 2-story buildings, looks very tiny, being surrounded by skyscraper buildings. And this one in the Philippines, San Sebastian Basilica, Manila, is also conquered by, threatened by the plan of high-rise condominium in the background, so that it will be challenging for the inscription of this basilica to be one of the World Heritage Sites. How about Yogyakarta, the city where I stay now? Yogyakarta was established in 1755, and the population now is, in terms of spatial region of Yogyakarta, or DIY, it's 4.2 million, yeah? And it was distributed into four regencies and one city. Kulon Progo Regency is 400 something. Then Bantul Regency, the population is more than 1 million. The Gunung Kidul Regency is 800,000, and Sleman Regency is 1.3 million, and Yogyakarta City is 466,000. Compared to the Kulon Progo Regency, it's almost the same, the population, but Yogyakarta has a smaller area. Let me give a short historical background of Yogyakarta. So, Yogyakarta was initially a kingdom. In 1577, a piece of land called Alas Mentau, or Mentau Forest, was granted to Ki Gede Pemanan by Sultan Hadiwijaya. Sultan Hadiwijaya is the ruler of the Pajang Kingdom. Pajang Kingdom is the ancient part of the ancient Mataram Kingdom, because Ki Gede Pemanan has helped to crush the rebellions in Pajang. And the land, call it Mentau Forest, was then developed into a prosperous village by Ki Gede Pemanan. When Ki Gede died, his son Senopati Engalogo continued as a leader and named the village as Kota Gede. Kota Gede is around 2 kilometers to the southeast from this location. It's quite close to this place. After successfully defeating the Pajang Kingdom, Senopati eventually became the first king of Islamic Mataram Kingdom and called himself Panembahan Senopati. And Kota Gede is automatically became the capital of Islamic Mataram Kingdom. Islamic Mataram Kingdom reached the top of power under Sultan Agung. This is the grandson of Panembahan Senopati. It's almost all of the Java area, Java Island area, except in the west part. And the capital of Islamic Mataram Kingdom have moved several times. In 1630 to Kertopleret, when the king was Sultan Agung, and then in 1680 to Kartosuro, and in 1745 itu Surakarta. This one is to Pleret, and then to Kartosuro, and the last one is to Surakarta. And the birth of the Kasultanan Ngayogyakarta Hadiningrat and Kadipaten Pakualaman is due to the internal conflict of the Islamic Mataram Kingdom. There was a rebellion because one of the son of the king was not very didn't agree with the policy which to give the Dutch colonial to govern to govern the kingdom. And it ended with the Gianti Agreement in 1755, which divided Mataram region into two parts. That is Surakarta Hadiningrat in the eastern part and Ngayogyakarta Hadiningrat in the western part. This Ngayogyakarta Hadiningrat was then the first king of Ngayogyakarta Hadiningrat was Sultan Hamengkubuwono I. And again, due to internal conflict, the area of Yogyakarta Hadiningrat also divided into parts. There is the Sultanate and the Kadipaten. It's indicated with this color. The green one is the Kasultanan and the yellow one is the Kadipaten of Pakualaman. This is the short historical background of Daerah Istimewa Yogyakarta or Yogyakarta Special Region. So following the proclamations of Republic of Indonesia's independence on August 17, 1945, the two rulers of Ngayogyakarta Hadiningrat Sultanate and Pakualaman Daji, this was Sri Sultan Hamengkubuwono the 9th and Sri Pakualam the 8th, committed to join to the Republic of Indonesia. And due to Yogyakarta's historical background, the Indonesian government recognized the special status of this region. This was later strengthened in various legal products, including Law Number 3, 1950, and updated in Law Number 13, 2012, concerning the special region of DIY, or special region of Yogyakarta, which we call in Indonesia is Daerah Istimewa Yogyakarta, which recognized the historical, cultural, and contribution to the Sultanate and Duchy in the formations of the unitary states of the Republic of Indonesia, or Negara Kesatuan Republik Indonesia, NKRI. The position of DIY in the state of the Republic of Indonesia, based on the Law Number 13, 2012, concerning the special status of DIY, this law recognized the uniqueness of the special region of Yogyakarta based on its history, culture, and role in the struggle for Indonesian independence. This law grants special authority to the special region of Yogyakarta in 5 government affairs. The first one is procedures for filling the position of governor and deputy governor. The second one is DIY government institution. And the third is culture. The fourth is land. And the last one is spatial planning. I highlight the last ones because this is the point we will discuss in this session. Okay, we move to the spatial planning system in Indonesia. So the legal basis of the spatial planning in Indonesia is the Law Number 2007 concerning the spatial planning, which the definition of planning is the form of spatial structure and spatial pattern both on land, sea, and air, which includes national, provincial, district or city, and certain regional areas. And the objective of spatial planning is to create a safe, comfortable, productive, and sustainable national space, ensure legal certainty in the use of space, and create spatial justice and equitable distribution of development. And the hierarchy, so in the national level is the highest hierarchy. It's National Spatial Planning Plan, or Rencana Tata Ruang Wilayah Nasional, or RTRWN, which regulates the structure and spatial pattern of the entire territory of Indonesia. And the second level is provincial level. The provincial spatial planning plan describes the national spatial planning plan policies in the provincial area and serves as a reference for the districts and cities spatial planning plan. And the third level is regency or city level. We call it RTRW. This is the Regency or City Spatial Planning Plan, which regulates spatial allocation and control of spatial utilization at the district or city scale. And for operational, the RTRW of the city is then derived to be a RDTR, or Detailed Spatial Planning Plan. The situation is now there are two legal bases for the spatial planning. Based on law number 26, 2007 concerning the spatial planning, which is valid for entire region of Indonesia, we have in city level the detailed spatial planning plan, or RDTR, and based on the law number 13, 2012 concerning the spatial region of Yogyakarta, we have the Strategic Spatial Unit, or Satuan Ruang Strategis, SRS. And these two regulations valid for the same area, which the RDTR is technical approach based and the SRS is cultural approach based. And this was the source of conflict in planning regulation in Yogyakarta. So I bring this conflict in this session because I will invite a discussion to avoid the overlapping authority. The second one, to maintain a balance between technical and cultural approaches. And the third one is to ensure legal certainty and spatial justice. And the fourth is to improve the quality of spatial governance in the era of regional autonomy. And the last one is to maintain the integrity of the spatial status of the spatial region of Yogyakarta. This is the comparison between Strategic Spatial Unit and Detailed Spatial Plan, SRS and RDTR. I don't want to write down all of them, but I just give some highlight like this one. The approach, philosophical approach of the SRS is culture, historical values, spirituality, and local wisdom. And for the RDTR, it's technical, rational, and functional, and economical. It's completely different. And the legal base also I have explained before. It is the law number 13, 2012 concerning the special status of the Yogyakarta. And this one is based on the law number 26 of 2007 concerning the spatial planning. And then the coverage area for the RDTR, RDTR is the administrative area of a city as a whole, and for the SRS is only for the certain areas that are considered culturally and historically strategic. Not always the big, large area, but maybe sometimes only for one complex buildings. Okay. This is the example of the spatial planning conflict in Yogyakarta. This figure is the RDTR, where the pink color is indicated. This is the heritage zones. But Malioboro Street is here. And Malioboro Street and its surrounding designated as an incentive commercial zone. And several areas on the west-north side is a mixed zone. And the tall buildings, hotels and apartments are allowed with certain conditions. And building orientations is free as long as it meets the building coverage and floor area ratio. And this one, the same area, which is part of the SRS, the zoning and rules in the cosmological axis SRS. The area is regulated as a sacred corridor that reflects Javanese cosmology and the axis of the relationship between humans, nature, and God. Prohibition on building tall buildings that block views or damage the axis line. And building orientation must face the main axis. And use of materials and building forms must be in harmony with traditional Javanese architecture. So you can imagine that in the same area, there is two different regulations for this Malioboro area. So if you are an investor and propose to have to build a hotel in this area, should be very careful, because if you are just based on this regulation, you might design a high-rise building hotel, but then the government will not allow to build that hotel because it's not allowed by this SRS. There are other examples of this because conflicts between the RDTR and SRS. Before it was solved, the conflict, in 2023, the cosmological axis of Yogyakarta is inscribed as a World Heritage Site. And there was a management plan as the prerequisite of the UNESCO. We have to have this management plan, which consists of protection of outstanding universal value, development control, and heritage and buffer zoning arrangement, and community and institutional involvement. Which is, this management plan is integral part of the regional government's duties, which is the resolving the development pressure. The second one is reducing environmental pressures. The third one is overcoming natural disasters and disasters preparedness. The fourth one is developing sustainable tourism. And the last one is resolving issues of pressure on the surrounding community. The area, again, is the same area, which the Malioboro is the axis of the cosmological axis is same with the Malioboro area, this one. So completely same with the area I have mentioned before. I will try to give you explanation about the relationship of management plan and with the SRS, Strategic Special Unit. The SRS of Sumbu philosophies and part of the product of the special status of DIY based on law number 13, 2012, which compiles space based on Javanese cultural philosophical values. The management plan is substantially in line with the principles and regulations of SRS because both prioritize preservation of the symbolic meaning of the space, and the second one is restriction of building height, and the third one is orientation and morphology of space that reflects Javanese cosmology. In other words, the management plan strengthens and legitimizes the existence of SRS, especially in spatial and development arrangement. Okay, when we compare the relationship between management plan and RDTR of Yogyakarta City, the Yogyakarta City RDTR still use a technocratic and functional approach. Okay. So the relationship between management plan and the RDTR of Yogyakarta City. First, the Yogyakarta City RDTR still use a technocratic and functional approach, designating the Malioboro area and its surrounding as a commercial zone. And this has potential to conflict with the stricter guidelines in the management plan and SRS, in limiting the function, scale, and appearance of the buildings. And the RDTR opens up opportunities for the construction of hotels or high-rise buildings, while the SRS and management plan prohibit them in order to maintain authenticity and heritage value. Next. This is the potential of management plan in overcoming spatial planning conflicts in Yogyakarta. Because the role is international legitimacy documents, as a UNESCO prerequisite, the management plan is morally and politically binding, even for the central government. And the management plan can be used as a basis for adjusting the RDTR to accommodate cultural values and World Heritage Area preservation regulation. Although it's not easy because RDTR is the derivative of the higher level spatial planning, and if we change the substance of RDTR, we have to also to change the substance of the provincial spatial planning and also the national and the national level. And the management plan can also provide the detailed guidance on conservation zoning, visual restriction, building materials, and tourism management. And lastly, with UNESCO recognition, the DIY regional government has a stronger bargaining position to defend the SRS approach in the face of national regulation. So it's not a technical problem actually, but more political problem. Thanks. Here I give you more detailed comparisons between the management plan, SRS and RDTR, and on the right column is the integration or harmonization required. So the RDTR needs to recognize management plan and SRS as spatial directors. And the adjustment of RDTR zoning in the SRS or MP area and need synchronization of strategic cultural space functions, and need to revise RTTR to adopt SRS and management plan prohibition zones, and need cross-institutional forum for coordinations, and revise the RTTR approach to be more culturally sensitive, and RTTR regional regulation must accommodate the management plan and SRS as reference document. And lastly, harmonization of technical arrangements through revisions of RTTR. Okay, so the role of central and regional government in overcoming overlapping spatial planning. First is harmonizations of planning documents by revising the RTTR and merging the Sumbu Philosophies area as spatial cultural protection zone in the RTTR, and the synergy between Paniradya Keistimewaan is a special body who concerned with the specialty of Yogyakarta and other local government body. The integration of SRS into the OSS system, this is for licensing, and the socialization and education for investors. The DIY and Yogyakarta city government need to create a culture-based investment guide so that investors know the limitations from the start. The provision of digital information about the SRS area through a GIS system or public portal. And development of harmonious investment scheme to encourage investments that strengthen cultural values with thematic restaurants, cultural galleries, traditional MSMEs, and homestays with local architecture, and incentive for development that meets preservation criteria can be through fiscal incentive or ease of permits. In conclusion, the spatial planning in Yogyakarta in the future must be able to become a harmonious bridge between investment needs and the preservation of cultural values. The second one, the preparations of the RTTR, management of the strategic spatial unit, and implementation of management plan need to be directed at the integration of economic interests with the protection of cultural heritage, so that every development policies not only encourages investment growth, but also strengthens the identity and sustainability of local culture. And the last one is with the cross-sector collaborations, transparency, and inclusive public participation, Yogyakarta can become an example of an investment-friendly city while still upholding cultural values, creating a competitive living space without losing its identity. Thank you.